Greetings and welcome to my channel. This is Sorcerer Tal. You can also find me on Facebook in the Sorcerer's Guild. Today we are going to be discussing the second essay in the Sorcerer's Shadow, Volume 1, an essay entitled Creating... Just a second. I haven't bookmarked it. Okay. Creating a charge with an energy vortex. This is actually a rather short essay, and it will become more, but it is for a very important skill that you will need to learn in order to become a sorcerer, in order to be able to use magic. I do have a guided meditation on creating energy flow. I will provide a link to that here. And that discusses discovering your octarine color, like I discuss in this essay, as well as creating the energy vortex. What I don't discuss in either the essay or that guided meditation so much is where we're going to be going from there. In this book, and the reason I'm bringing this up now rather than later on in the book, is that this skill will be necessary in the coming chapter about how to create a successful spell. I talk about intent, form, charge, release, or containment. And this energy vortex is where the charge comes from. You don't have to use this exact method. I choose a vortex because energy has a natural spiraling tendency. And at least here in the Western world, we tend to think that our emotions come from our heart. You say that I feel in my heart, yeah? Okay, so this is already set up. The cues are there. That's where the momentum's going. So we pull that energy from our heart, that emotion, that feeling, that chi, the energy that is our own life force. We pull it from our chest, from our heart, and we let it come in a vortex, a spiral, and it goes up the shoulders, down the arms, through the forearms, into the hands, the fingertips, and now you're ready to charge something. This is where you create the charge. So, later on, when you are drawing the sigil for a spell, you are imagining that energy not just staying in the hands, but going down the pen and into the ink, and actually becoming part of the drawing itself, so that the sigil is being charged as you draw it. This is also the first step to creating Gnosis, which we will discuss further on in the video, but this is something that needs to be worked up over time. You don't want to stress out a lot about, oh, well, I'm not visualizing the vortex good enough. I'm not feeling it in my hands yet. You will. The more you do this, the more intense it will become, but also don't stop here just because your hands aren't tingling like you just touched a freaking battery. Just keep coming back. Keep coming back to this idea of creating the charge, and go on with the video. Okay. So, that will be it for this episode. Thank you once again for joining us. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please take the opportunity to do so now. And don't forget to join us next time, where I will be continuing with the Sorcerer's Shadow Volume 1. And the next essay we are discussing will actually be casting a successful spell. And in this I will go over how to use the mechanics we talked about in the first video to actually create a spell that has a very high chance for success. Okay, so until then, bright blessings and an interesting fate. This has been Sorcerer Tal.